What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another wrestling news video on September 9th, 2024, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA Assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda article. So make sure you're already watching to the very end because these news are going to be extremely intriguing today, which we're going to start off with. And before I get into that, I want to apologize to you guys that I'm still under the weather and still a little hoarse, but I can still manage to do this video, not to, I'll say, I guess, allergetically sick, to the point that I cannot get out of the bed. But I can still do this video, still do the news video along with the Monday Night Raw review video, which will be the season premiere and the first start of WWE Week, where all three shows are going to be on the US Network. And also, let's see, and the WW and what else? And let's see, what's the other? I want to say to you guys, oh yeah, and I wish I could do Monday Night Football, but yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna be too busy with Raw. It looks like I'm gonna not have a chance to do a full-on coverage of a recap. I might give a little cameo of the results, but that's probably about it after the Raw review video. But let's move on. Let's move on and talk about the first video. And without any further delays, top WWE stars segment added to Raw, like following CM Punk's injury angle. And it says right here, CM Punk was ready to move on after decisive win, like at Bash in decisive win, like at Bash in Berlin, like having gotten back his bracelet with his wife AJ Lee and his dog Larry's name on it. Like Drew McIntyre suffered a huge loss. Like some would say, with an exclamation like point, like his huge win, with some might call it that with an exclamation point. On Raw last week, Punk appeared electrified, ecstatic, yeah. Appeared ecstatic and wasting little time, put world heavyweight champion Gunther on notice, but then it happened. And then it happened. Drew McIntyre surprised the Chicago native with a only a brutal beatdown, but also by taking back the latter's bracelet, like instead of keeping it like he did before. Though the Scotsman destroyed it, like he then perceived proceed to shove the pieces into Punk's mouth, like adding insult to injury. Like WWE has announced Drew McIntyre segment for Raw's episode, tonight's episode. Tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, which marks a new season premiere. Like McIntyre seemingly will address last week's will address last week's heinous act, like, and possibly challenge CM Punk to a rubber match, as it is expected to happen at WWE Bad Blood on October 5th. I'll be 25th, but my apologies, Assassinators, on that. But what is your thoughts on to this? And do you think Drew McIntyre is gonna set the challenge at the Bad Blood pay per view premium live event? Let me know down in the comment section right down below, and we'll give an explanation on why he did brutally assault CM Punk last week, which we all know is because he beaten him and he got the bracelet back. Well, not uh, just the bracelet, but most likely him losing and also him challenging him for the world heavy. Not him, but challenging Gunther, the Ring General, for the world heavyweight championship. But next up, we got a four-time former WWE champion could possibly return to help Cody Rhodes against the Bloodline on SmackDown this coming week. Like according to an analyst that feels this, Cody Rhodes is set to put his undisputed WWE title on the line against Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match, like on this week's episode of SmackDown. Despite despite the stipulation, interference from the bloodline can never be ruled out, and wrestling analyst Sam Roberts, yeah, recently discussed Roman Reigns' possible role during the during the bout, and they said four-time. I meant they should have meant to say the six-time champ. Well, I mean, if that's only if they don't want to include the two reigns as the Universal Championship, and more specifically the WWE part of the championship. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But anyways, but the original tribal chief returned to the sports entertainment juggernaut like at SummerSlam 2024 and immediately went after the Solo Sikoa led bloodline. However, Reigns hasn't been seen on WWE television since the faction uh, the decimated him on the Blue brand last month. Like and speaking on the latest edition of the Not Sam Wrestling, on the Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Roberts put forward the idea of the bloodline interfering during the undisputed WWE title match on SmackDown and outnumbering Cody Rhodes inside the steel cage. The analyst also proposed the four-time WWE champion Roman Reigns could be a return like and save Rhodes instead of the American Nightmares on-screen ally Kevin Owens. He said, "Does the bloodline get in the cage and now Cody is stuck in his cage with the bloodline, like, and it's Roman Reigns that comes out and helps Cody. Now it's interesting if Roman Reigns is the one that comes out and helps Cody, like, and it's not Kevin Owens. Now we've got another level like of storytelling in the Cody and the long play story that is going on right under our noses." But what is your thoughts on Sam Roberts' opinion onto this future cage match bout? Do you think he has a point right here, or and do you think that it will be Roman Reigns and he can help out making Cody retain here? But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Do you, yeah, if you agree with Sam Roberts on this or not, or it could be Kevin Owens. And then on another level, like with Cody Rhodes moving on from the bloodline fully at this time, do you think he's going to continue his rivalry with Kevin Owens, like and then call him out for not helping him, like against the bloodline? Or do you think he's gonna go to another? He's gonna be feuding with another SmackDown friend of his, and perhaps he's a guy he's been friends with over 15 years that they call a Viper. Hmm. I mean, after all, he just lost to the Raw's heavyweight champion, so you never know, like, if like where he's gonna, who's he gonna strike next. Even though that is his best friend, but who knows? Like, he'll do anything to get to be on top, like, and become the 15-time world champion. I mean, he has, after all, he has a reputation like that, so if I was Cody, I'll be watching out. Like the old saying goes, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. But I'm gonna move on to more Cody Rhodes news in just a moment. So yeah, I'll be right back to get something. I'll come back here and get into that. So yeah, if you just wait a moment for just a sec. All right, SNA Assassinators. All right, let's get into it says Cody Rhodes is ready to acknowledge Sol Sikoa as the tribal chief on one condition, like and in that during the recent edition of SmackDown Lowdown this past week, shared his thoughts on the steel cage match. Sikoa, the American Nightmare, admitted being concerned. However, he remained confident because of his opponent's inexperience. Inside, I mean, his inexperience inside the steel structure. Cody Rhodes also claimed that if the current bloodline leader managed to defeat him for the undisputed WWE title, then he'd acknowledge Solo Sikoa as the tribal chief in front of the whole world. And and he and he and he quoted this on the interview on the latest episode of the Peacock exclusive SmackDown talk show. I'd be a fool to say I was not concerned. I'd be a fool to say I didn't have a little trip trep trepidation, like trepidation, a little fear about it. Like, but I have been in many many a steel cage, and Solo Sokoa has never been in one. Like we said it, because I mean we said it out there. The Ulafala, like the bloodline revolves like around that thing. Like will the WWE revolves like around this, like the undisputed WWE Championship? If Solo is tribal chief enough to defeat me, however, he doesn't. He he does it. If he does it, like I'll stand in that ring in front of God. God, in front of God, in front of the whole world, like, and I'll acknowledge him. it will be interesting to see who emerges on top in the blockbuster counter between Cody Rhodes and Sol Sikoa this Friday on the return of the USA Network. Who do you think's going to win this title genuinely? Like, even if even if Roman Reigns does not come out there to help Cody Rhodes, do you think that Cody's going to remain as WWE Championship, or or do you think Sol Sikoa is going to be the one to dethrone him and become the new champion? And do you think, and if so, do you think he's going to get the bloodlines help of doing it? Let me know also as well down below. But I don't think that's going to be happening. I'm going to say exactly what I predicted ever since the beginning of last week. Like, it's going to be like the match is going to happen, but it's not going to be a bad blood. Perhaps it's going to be at September 13th on SmackDown when they return to the USA Network, which that would happen. The only thing I didn't predict that it's going to be a steel cage match, but I got it all. Like, what's that all correct? Like, I did it all by myself. I didn't take nobody's word for it. I just thought of it like in a logical storytelling sense, like of things, like because Sol Sikoa is not letting go of Cody. Like he wants a shot at that championship, and then Cody Rhodes gonna give him that championship soon enough before there's even the next pay-per-view, and then we can see Cody Rhodes successfully defend that title, even though the bloodline will interfere. But the original tribal chief will come out there to help him out once again, like something like back like at SummerSlam, and then Cody Rhodes will retain the championship, and then we can see him moving on to somebody else, like to defend that title in his hometown in Atlanta, like at the pay-per-view of Bad Blood, like whether if it's Owens or Orton or whoever that's on SmackDown, that's the next worthy challenger, and somebody that's actually a worthy challenger, I should say, and not a man that claims to be, and then judging Cody of giving guys that don't deserve championships, which that's kind of hypocritical for Sol Sikoa to say. Like, well, I'm just like, yeah, which I'm just pointing out what he stated like on that promo last week when he challenged him for the second time of Cody Rhodes' championship reign. Yeah. But let's move on to the next news we got. Okay, next up, like we got Roman Reigns news. Like most, like it's gonna be most talking about him with what his opponent could possibly be up to 6 feet and 2 inches in of a WWE and a WWE superstar, according to an analyst. Like, and it's not Solo Sikoa. Wow, whoever this guy is, he's about my size. Anyways, but anyways, Reigns has been one of WWE's biggest attractions in WrestleMania in in the past decade. Meanwhile, wrestling analyst Sam Roberts once again recently named. I mean, once again, like has some have something to. I guess once again, recently like named Jacob Fatu as an ideal opponent for the original tribal chief in Las Vegas next year. The Samoan werewolf has been on a warpath like since joining the Solo Sikoa led bloodline faction. The 6 foot 2 inch wrestler recently manhandled Roman Reigns, putting him on the sidelines just weeks into the original tribal chief's run as a babyface. Like Solo Sikoa recently said, he and the rest of the bloodline members would acknowledge Roman Reigns as their tribal chief if the former Universal Champion managed to regain the Ula Fala. Like many feel like Sokoa versus Reigns is the end game for the bloodline like storyline. However, WWE analyst Sam Roberts does not feel the same. I mean, I say the same. I did not feel the same in the recent edition of the Not Sam Wrestling podcast. Roberts claimed that Jacob Fatu would do everything in his power to keep Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief after the the Street Champions' potential defeat to Roman Reigns in a in an ev, ev, in an inevitable singles match like in the future. I mean, was it in the future, of course? But yeah, he explains, here's the way it plays out. Roman Reigns loses at War Games, like the new Bloodline wins that one. Reigns then go on to beat Solo Sikoa like on SmackDown, gets prepared like to give his Ulafala to Reigns. Jacob Fatu runs in Spike's Reigns, puts him down on the ground, takes out the Usos and takes out whoever's there. Take out Sami Zayn. Takes out everybody from the bloodline, and now Jacob Fatu tells Solo Sikoa to put the Ulafala back on. Solo Sikoa like is now the tribal chief because Jacob Fatu will not allow him to step down. Like he said, the the analyst says the analyst further claimed that the Samoan destroyer like could hold the self-proclaimed tribal chief as hostage, eventually leading to a singles match like between him and Roman like at the show of shows next year. Like he added, Jacob Fatu won't allow Solo Sikoa to give up his position until Roman Reigns is the first and only person to beat beat him to beat Jacob Fatu. And that's when Solo Sikoa gives Reigns the Ulafala, and Roman Reigns is back to being the tribal chief, with the context being that Solo Sikoa is held hostage as the tribal chief until uh, Reigns can beat Jacob Fatu uh, is my WrestleMania match for Roman Reigns. Yeah, like Roman Reigns. And do you think it should be Jacob Fatu that should fight Roman Reigns, or do you think that should stay as Solo Sikoa, like at the showcase of the Immortals in Las Vegas in 2025? Let me know what your take it is in the comments down below. You think it would make sense like that? Solo Sikoa is keeping hostage as being tribal chief by Jacob Fatu. Like, and yeah, what? How crazy would that sound? Like if that was so? Like if that's in the storylines, like that the creative is creating right now, like in the next 7 months to go, like before they get there. But but let me know in the comment section right down below on what your hot take is on this bloodline rivalry between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and Chicken Fatu. And I'm not sure if yeah Roman Reigns will take on the Samoan Werewolf. Maybe I could see him at WrestleMania per se. Although I think it'll probably be before or after the showcase of the Immortal, because the person I can see Roman Reigns fighting, besides The Rock, is definitely Solo Sikoa. So yeah, that's not going to be taken down over anything. Like on my little 2025 bingo card for WWE. So I I think yeah, it will be that, and then maybe on the lead to that, we could see Jacob two being his first target before it gets to the self-proclaimed tribal chief, and that would be somewhere like at Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber, like in February or March, and then we can see at the end of April. Then it will be the self-proclaimed tribal chief taking on the original tribal chief, of course. Yeah, but yeah, y'all. Yeah, either way, y'all let me know what should be the better storyline path that WB should follow. Like like Roman versus Jacob or Solo versus Solo Sikoa. But yeah, I think it kind of wouldn't make quite much sense like if they did what's his name, Jacob versus Roman, like in order for Roman Reigns to be re-acknowledged as the tribal chief. But we're just gonna wait and see how's it gonna pan out. Like either way, but let's hope that keep our fingers crossed. For those that agree with me, yeah, just keep your fingers crossed. But I'll say the same with the ones that agree with Sam Roberts on the Jacob Fatu thing. Just yeah, I guess just do the same for that as well. But let's move on and let's talk about Jade Cargill news of heavyweight champion. Like sends a message to sends a message ahead of title defense on Monday Night Raw tonight, and it says right here. Anyways, at Bash in Berlin, Jade and her tag team partner Bianca Belair dethroned the Unholy Union after losing the women's championships to the ladders. Like in June, like WWE's EST and the Storm are once again on top of the women's tag team division. However, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn will look to regain the belt tonight when they take on the champs in tag team action. Like taken to Instagram, Jade Cargill called herself a heavyweight champion, demanding fans acknowledging her. Or demanding fans to acknowledge her, like if she's the female Roman Reigns of WWE, of course, I guess you could say. But yeah, she said it right here in this eight these 8 words on these 8 words, like saying yes, clap the heavyweight champ, me, and then Bianca Belair, then or the what I'm talking, or here like along with the post on her Instagram story that says I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Which that's the better way to put it. Like when it comes to you having some good things happen to you on your side. But anyways, the unholy union managed to steal a win against the EST and the Storm in a triple threat tag team contest, also featuring Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark of the Pure Fusion Collective at Clash at the Castle 2024. After winning the number one contenders bout last week by defeating Damage Control's Kyrie Sane and Io Sky, Fire and Dawn are looking to prove that they are not a one trick pony or one trick ponies, considering it's more than one competitor. But let me know down in the comment section right down below, like who's gonna win tonight's uh, women's tag team title match. Do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's do you think it's team Jade and Bianca, or is it gonna be the unholy union that's gonna walk out and regain the titles as the two-time tag team champions in their own rights? But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about that, and also would you like to consider calling a Jade a heavyweight champion, or do you think the tag champs is just that's more? I do you think tag champs is just good enough? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But even if she does become a real world champion, like that will convince you of calling her a heavyweight champion, or do you think that she don't even need a singles championship to be known as a heavyweight champ? But let's move on to the next slide. We got a promising NXT star wants to lock horns with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and then we got from one I'd say challenger to another. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are huge names in the women's division and of the global juggernaut. The EST is the longest reigning women's champion, like of the modern era. And having held the title for 420 days, like they are. They are both known for their athletic prowess, like and on that, and then the same can't be the same can be said about NXT's own Jada Parker, who opened up recently on the Muscle Man Malcolm podcast about WWE Dream Match. Like Parker dropped both Belair and Cargill during the chat. It would have to be between Jade Cargill because she is a work of art to me. She's a hell of an athlete, and Bianca Belair is because she's been around for a long, for so long, and I see people on Twitter all the time talking about how I resemble like what she was in NXT, and I love that because I'm like look where she's at like now. So if you say that about me and she's there now, oh, I would love to face her because I can only get better from her. Like so, those are my two. Those are my two, and at No Mercy, like last week, Jada Parker challenged Roxanne Perez for the women's championship in a losing effort. Nonetheless, like the bout was widely praised. Meanwhile, the EST was one among two women, former uh, WWE super, WWE superstar Mandy Rose was asked about when discussing a possible bodybuilding contest. Rose gave a candid response to the result of this potential battle. And do you think that will happen? And most importantly, do you think